So, ganun lang po ulit. So, whenever I call your name, so please say present. And then, announce ko na lang din class by next Monday, or wait, by Monday, ano po, by Monday, so you will have your quiz. Since hindi ko naman talaga kayo namimit face to face, so we will do it online. Okay? So, paki-abang na lang po ng ating um, Google Classroom yung aking post. And then, syempre, yun naman po ay may time limit. Naintindihan po? Okay. Wait lang class. Okay? So, Arada, Arada,
Present po.
Marion,
Present po.
Candelaria. Present po. Please open your camera. Next, Gubio,
Present po.
Francisco,
Present po.
Gloria,
Present po.
please open your camera po. Sana naman po ay, tagal na natin magkaklase, lagi na tayong online. Hindi ko na paulit-ulitin na buksan yung camera. Ano po? Kasi alam nyo na naman yan. Okay, sige, next. Gonzales,
Present po, ma'am.
Lumanglas,
Present po.
hindi naman kita nakita. Nagbukas ka nga ng camera. Next, Lumbres,
Present po.
Makabuwag,
Present po, ma'am.
Magadia,
Present po, ma'am.
Medel,
Present po.
Mendoza, 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 Mendoza Maria Cristina,
Present po.
Perez, Perez, Resena,
Ma'am, si Miss Rosana po ay currently nasa biyahe lang po.
Sanchez. Sanchez. Sim. Soto.
Present po.
Villanueva. 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 Wala.
Present.
Villaruel. Okay, present si Villanueva. Villaruel.
Present po, ma'am.
So let's just continue our discussion about thermal physics. Okay. So let's just continue. So balik-balikan lang natin yung mga past lessons po natin. Ano? So para lumalim or ma-deepen yung ating attention. So again, pag sinabi natin thermodynamics, it is the study of heat and work and those properties of a substance that bear relation to heat and also work. So we have the system. So ito yung system natin. This is the subject of our study. And then anything that surrounds the system, it is the surrounding. And then when we add system and also surrounding, so this is our universe. So surrounding all matter in space outside to a system. Then when we say isolated system, physical system that does not interact or exchange energy with the surrounding. So ano po ang hindi ini-interact ng isolated? So it has no transfer of matter and heat or energy. Okay? Matter and energy. Control volume, focus volume in space from which the substance flows. Then we have the control surface, the surface that surrounds the control volume. And then we also have the phase. So this is a quantity of matter that have the same chemical composition or homogeneous. Sabi natin phase, edi mga three phases of matter. So we have the laws of thermodynamics. Ano ba yung pagsabi natin law? Okay, so these are the fundamental rules applicable when a thermodynamic system undergoes some state change. Okay, pag pa nagkakaroon po ng change sa ating state, so ano po ang nadadagdag na heat? Ano po, ano nangyayari sa heat? So is it transfer from the system to the surrounding, or it is uh, or it stays within the system or within the surrounding? So it defined the relationship between fundamental properties like temperature, energy, and entropy, which characterizes the state of thermodynamic system at thermodynamic equilibrium. Pag sinabi nating thermodynamic, so may relationship po tayo kay temperature, okay, energy, and also the entropy. So, paano pag sinabi natin entropy? So, pag sinabi natin entropy, this is the state of disorder. Okay? So, pag sinabi natin zeroth law of thermodynamics, so if the two system is in equilibrium with the third system, the two original systems are in equilibrium with one another. Sabihin natin, si A, si A ay in thermal equilibrium with B. And then si A din natin, is in thermal equilibrium with C. Ibig sabihin lang po yan, pag ganyan na po yung nangyari, sabihin natin both si A and B, which is 30 degrees Celsius, and then A and C is 30 degrees Celsius. Ibig sabihin lang po yan, in thermal equilibrium din po si B and also si C. So that is the zeroth law of thermodynamics. Next, para naman pag sinabi natin first law of thermodynamics, so energy can be converted from one form to another with the interaction of heat, work, and also internal energy, but it cannot be created nor destroyed. It only means that what comes in comes out. Kung gano'ng kadami yung energy natin before, ganun din po yung dami ng energy natin after. Pero possible po siya in different forms. Okay? So, yun po ang sinasabi ni first law of thermodynamics. Second law of thermodynamics, the state of entropy of the entire universe as an isolated system will always increase over time. So, sinasabi lang ni second law of thermodynamics, increasing lagi. Ano po? Laging sa pagulo daw. Lagi daw sa pagulo ang ating ang ating universe. Okay? It always increasing over time. Ano po? Example, kay hot. Kay hot natin, yung ating mga particles is malilikot po sila. Ano po? So, mataas yung kinetic energy. And then, lagi po siyang nag-transfer yung ating temperature from hotter to colder. Okay? Nagkakaroon lagi tayo ng heat transfer from hot to cold. Ibig sabihin, kapag kasi cold, nagko-compress yung ating mga particles. Ibig sabihin po niyan, kapag naging hot na po yung ating cold, so tataas din ang kinetic energy, tataas din po ang ating entropy, tataas ang ating disorder. So that is what second law of thermodynamics saying. Okay. Next. For the third law of thermodynamics, the entropy of a system approaches a constant value as the temperature approaches absolute zero. So sinasabi lamang po na kapag nag-increase po daw yung ating temperature, okay? So, di ba, nag-i-increase din yung ating entropy. Katulad ng sinabi sa second law of thermodynamics. Pero, kapag po umabot po ang ating temperature at absolute zero, theoretically, ang ating disorder is zero din. Zero din po ang ating entropy. Ang entropy natin, ang ating symbol is capital letter S. Okay, so that is what the third law of thermodynamics stating. So kapag daw absolute zero na, so zero na din po ang ating entropy. Then next, we have the thermodynamic properties. So these are the characteristics identifiable and observable of a system which it can be specified. So it can be classified into two. We have the intensive property and also we have the extensive property. Okay? Paano pag sinabi natin intensive property? So, pag sinabi natin intensive property, it does not depend on the mass of a substance. Sabihin natin, meron tayong iced coffee. Sige, wag na ang liquid. Ano ba? Example, meron tayong chicken. Ano po? Yung chicken natin, hindi ko sa magaling pero sabihin natin, yung chicken natin is sabihin natin 4 degrees Celsius, masyado malamig. Ano po, hinati nyo siya sa dalawa. Sabihin natin na sa akin yung isa, sa inyo yung kalahati. Sa akin yung kalahati, sa inyo yung kalahati. Sa tingin po ninyo, kung nasa ref pa rin siya, magbabago ba yung kanyang temperature? So, hindi po magbabago ang temperature niya kahit po siya ay hinati sa dalawa. So, ito po yung tinatawag natin intensive property. So, it does not depend on the mass of the substance. So, example natin, boiling point, kahit bawasan natin yung tubig, at a specific temperature, so hindi po mababawasan ang ating boiling point. Same as sa color. Sabihin natin, yung tinapay, hinati natin sa dalawa, nabawasan yung mass, pero same pa rin yung color. Kasi nga po, it does not depend on the mass of the substance. Temperature, luster, and also the hardness. Pag naman extensive property, so it does depend on the mass. Sabihin natin, yung chicken kanina, hinati natin sa dalawa, so magbabago ang volume. Dahil hinati natin sa dalawa, magbabago ang mass. Hinati natin sa dalawa, nagbago yung size, yung weight, and also see. Ito po ang tinatawag natin extensive property. Okay? So, pakikithumbs up kung naiintindihan po. Next, we have the working substance. So pag sinabi natin working substance, it refers to the material or medium used to transfer and convert energy in a thermodynamic system. Pag sinabi natin substance, dito po tayo nagkakaroon din ng system. Dito po nagkakaroon mismo ng transfer and conversion of energy. So, a substance that undergoes a series of processes within a device, so example po natin, engine or a refrigeration system to facilitate the conversion of heat or work into useful output. Okay, so ito rin po yung ang working substance natin. So, tatandaan nyo lang, ito po yung nagta-transfer and convert ng ating heat energy, light energy, kung ano man po yung
um, napapagana po natin with the use of energy. Next, we have the mass and weight. So mass, so a measurement of the amount of matter in some object. So it depends only on what type of atoms the object is made of and how many atoms there are. Then we also have the weight. So pag mass, ito yung hindi nagbabago. Ay, tandaan. Pag mass, hindi ito nagbabago. Kunyari, sabihin ko, ang mass ko dito sa Earth is 50. Pagpunta ko ng Jupiter or Mars, 50 pa rin. Pero yung weight, dahil po nakadepende po ito sa gravitational force or sa ating gravity. So ito po yung nagbabago, si weight. So it not only depends on the object's mass but also in its location. So, depende po sa location, ano po ang ating depende po sa location kung ano po ang ating uh, next, volume refers to the amount of space occupied by an object. So ito naman po ay talagang review lang. So the measure of the three-dimensional extent of an object then plays a crucial role in understanding the relationships between pressure, temperature, and other properties of substances. A key factor in determining the work done in a thermodynamic process. Kung mapapansin mo sa ating mga sunod na uh, mga topic, si volume is kasama po siya sa formula. Kaya napaka-critical din po ng ating pagkuha ng volume. So, pressure. So, may formula tayo kay pressure which is force all over by area. Often used to describe and analyze systems in terms of their equilibrium conditions, work done, and also energy transfer. So, si pressure po, ina-apply din po ito sa mga fluids, sa gases, liquids, and also solids. So, dito po kay pressure, nakadepende rin, sabihin natin, ito yung ating floor. Ano po? So, yung pressure, sabihin natin, di ba, force all over by area. So, gaano karaming force ang natatanggap niya for this area. Okay? Kasi minsan, malakas yung force dahil maliit yung area. Or mataas yung pressure, pero same yung force dahil maliit yung area. Minsan naman po, maliit po yung pressure kasi malaki yung area. Okay? So that is pressure. Next, temperature. This is the degree of hotness and coldness. So, measure of warmth or coldness. So, a measure of average kinetic energy. So, pagtaas nga po ng ating kinetic energy, pagtaas po ng ating temperature. So, a measure of the ability of a substance to transfer heat energy to another physical system. Any of various standardized numerical measures of this ability such as the meron tayong tatlo, Kelvin, Fahrenheit, Celsius. Meron pa rin tayong degree Rankine or Rankine. Okay? So, tatandaan po itong mga formulas nito, class. Paki sa ulo. Paki sa ulo po ng ating temperature scales. So, kapag absolute zero or 0 Kelvin, so meron tayong negative 459 degree Fahrenheit and negative 273 degree Celsius. Kapag dry ice, tandaan, 108 degree Fahrenheit or negative 78. Kapag naman po yung ating water is magiging solid state na, so 0 degree Celsius or 32 degree Fahrenheit. And then kapag nagbo-boil, 212 degree Fahrenheit and 100 degrees Celsius. So kindly convert 950 degree Rankine to degree Celsius. So let's try this one. So ano ba ang formula? Degree Celsius equals to 5 over 9 degree Rankine minus 491.67. Okay, so 5 over 9 times degree 950 degree Rankine minus 491.67. So, ano pong answer natin, class? Nakitype sa chat box. Nakitype po sa chat box. So, 254.62. C. Pwede rin naman po, class, na ang gawin ninyo, si Rankine, convert nyo muna kay Fahrenheit. Okay? So, ano ba ang ating formula? So, degree Rankine daw kasi is equals to degree Fahrenheit plus 460. So, mangyayari dyan, 950 degree Rankine minus 460. Ito, para hindi kayo masyado maraming sinasa ulo. Pwede rin po yung ganito. So, ano pong answer natin? So, 490 degrees Fahrenheit. Saka po natin siya i-convert kay degree Celsius. So, 5 over 9 5 over 9 df minus 30. 5 over 9 times 490 minus 30. So, ganun din po. Ano? 254.444 lang po. Pero same, almost same lang din natin. Ano, bakit po ito naging 491? Ano po, 0.67? Kasi 460 plus 32. Ito kasi ay simplified formula na pinagsama na po. Dumaan na rin po kasi siya kay degree Fahrenheit. Okay? So, pwede po yan step by step. Basta tatandaan nyo lang yung mga constants. 460, so 273 point, 273.50. So, pwede po yan. So, another, 480 Kelvin, 2 degree Rankine. So, pwede natin ito padaanin kay Celsius. Ano po? T degree Celsius minus 273.15. So, this will be 180 minus 273.15. Magiging negative 93.15 degree Celsius. Saka po natin siya i-convert kay degree Fahrenheit plus. Ano pong ating degree Fahrenheit? Pakita ito sa chat box. Negative negative 110.97 degrees Fahrenheit. So kung padadaanin natin siya kay Radkay, negative 110.97 degrees Fahrenheit plus ano? Plus 460. So this will be equal to
Yes, sir.
Pares ng daw. There 3 years plan.
Ganun din, sir. Yes, sir.
Bagong okay yung nakuha.
Yes, sir. Sabi na sir kanina, niyayaya niya daw. Sabi ko, sir, pag ako'y napatulog, ako'y hinglay talagang tulog na.
plus same ba kaya nakuha ang degrees Fahrenheit?
Yes, sir.
Ano yung iba? Same ba? So, ang iba is 135.67. Plus, magsagot, ano rin kayo ha, mag-solve din kayo. 135.67. So, plus 460. So, 324.33 degree Fahrenheit. Okay? Thank you. Ito po yung answer po natin. Next. Pure cobalt. Degree Celsius to degree Fahrenheit. Okay, ano pong answer natin? Plus. Paki-type po sa chat box, hindi yung iilan lang po ang nagsasagot. Thank you. Miss Sim and Miss Candelaria. Ano pong answer natin? How about the others? Calculate nyo ha, wala kayong formula sa mismong exam. Okay. So, 2723 degree Fahrenheit. So, correct? Okay, ano naman po ang sagot natin dito? 2 degrees Celsius and Kelvin. Negative 320 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, ano pong answer natin, class? How about the others?
Ang problema lang sa mas nagawin ka sa akin sa ilog ka na parang re-release siya para ayos pa rin siya. Hindi na pagpulot kasi hirap na siyang takip, hirap na magiging malayo. Kaya sabi ko, ganun na lang. Parang mandyan pa rin yung ngipin, pero lilinisin. pwede na parang yun na. Kasi
Diba talaga kayo nagsishop?
Okay. About the others, but parang ilan lang yung nagsasagot.
Better.
pangalawa ako kanina, dumating kaya mabilis.
Nakatulog ako. Tatawa ko.
Okay. So, correct naman po. Negative 195.56 degrees Celsius and also 77.59 Kelvin.
And sa loob.
Next, we have the specific volume. So, ang ating symbol for specific volume is V. V din po, pero small letter. Okay? Kasi yung volume natin, supposedly, big letter po yan. Or capital letter. Pero pag sinabi natin specific volume, so small letter. Then the reciprocal of density is denoted by, so pag sinabi natin specific volume, so this is the reciprocal of the density. Okay? So ano ba ang density? So ang density natin is mass all over by volume. So this will just be the volume meter cube all over by kilogram or mass. So pag sinabi natin specific volume, so this is the volume occupied by a unit mass. It is a property of a substance is often used to describe the behavior of gases and fluids. It provides information about the spacing between particles or molecules within a substance. It can vary with changes in temperature, pressure, and also composition. Density, this is mass per unit volume of a substance. Density is a fundamental property and is denoted by symbol rho. Okay, so this is a Greek letter. It quantifies how much mass is present in a given volume. So, specific weight. So, para tayong specific volume, specific density, specific weight naman, it is the weight of a substance per unit volume. Okay? So, this is Newton per kilogram. Kasi ano po ba ang ating unit for weight? It is Newton. So, a measure of the force exerted by the gravity on a given volume. So, specifically or mathematically, the specific weight can be expressed as Y is equals to rho times G. Okay? Ano ba ang rho? Anong unit ng rho? Kilogram per meter cube. And then our G is meters per second square. So this will be kilogram per meter squared second squared. And then, ano ba ang weight? Ang weight natin is Newton. Newton is equivalent to kilogram meters per second squared. Okay? All over by volume, meter cube, so same lang din po. Kilogram, meter squared, second squared. Excuse me. Okay. So, tatandaan po natin yung mga formulas po natin. So, wala na tayong index card. So, might as well natandaan po talaga natin siya. Then, the internal energy, the sum of kinetic, potential, chemical, electrical, nuclear, and other energy associated with atoms and molecules of a system. So, balikan lang ulit natin si internal kinetic and internal energy. So, pag sinabi natin internal energy, so it is the sum of all energies within the system. So, sinabi nga dito, sum of kinetic, potential, chemical, electrical, nuclear, and other energy. An increase in internal energy results in a rise in temperature or change in phase. Internal energy is zero if T is constant. Bakit po? Kasi wala lang po magbabago sa ating energy po. Kasi po sa kinetic energy, ano po bakit? Kasi ang temperature, doon po tayo nakadepend kung magbabago po ang ating mga energies po. Next, we have the flow work. So it describes the work done by a fluid as it flows from one point to another within a system or through a control volume. Accounts for the energy required to overcome the pressure forces acting on the fluid during the flow process. It is represented mathematically as the product of the pressure and specific volume of the fluid multiplied by the change in volume. So, sinasabi lang dito kay flow work, so work din po ito. Pero, ano po yung work done during the fluid flows? Okay? So, dahil ang ating concern dito is fluid, so we will just multiply the pressure, and also the volume. So, same lang din po, Newton meter. Bakit? Pressure natin, it is Newton per meter squared times the volume meter cube. So, Newton meter, like sa work, force times distance. Ano po? Newton times meter. So, that is the flow work. Next, we have the entropy. So it is the measure of randomness or disorder of molecules of a substance or the fraction of the total energy of a system that is not available for doing work. The increase in entropy is called the entropy production. We have the formula for entropy by which it is delta S is equals to delta Q all over by the initial temperature or the temperature change, right? Or by the temperature. So our delta S or the change in entropy is our unit is kilojoules. Okay? So our unit is in kilojoules. So let's try this one. Calculate the entropy change in heating 2 kilograms of water from 0 degrees Celsius to 90 degrees Celsius. The specific heat capacity of water is 4184 joules per kilogram degrees Celsius. Okay? Ano po ang ating formula? Delta S is equals to delta Q all over by delta T. Or dito time, temperature. Okay? Ano po ang formula natin kay Q? Ang Q natin is, dahil po this concerns with heating. It means we have the change in temperature. So MC delta T. So delta S is equals to MC delta T. All over by delta T. Pero, tatandaan po natin class, dito po kay ating temperature, dito po kay entropy, this must be, meron ba dito na? So, this must be in Kelvin. Okay, so hindi natin yan pwede i-cancel. So, palta na lang natin. So, this will be temperature average. Okay. Hindi man talaga siya change. Pero ano yung temperature po talaga natin doon sa ating system. So, kapag in-average natin, syempre, we will just add the temperatures and then divided by the total number of temperatures, or divided by how many species do we have. So our T1, since it must be in absolute temperature, so this is equivalent to 273.15 Kelvin. Temperature 2 is 90. So this is equal to 363.15. And then our heat capacity is 4184. So our mass is 2 kilograms. 2 kilograms times 4184 joules kilogram degree Celsius joules per kilogram degree Celsius times the change in temperature, since this is in degree Celsius and it concerns with change, so we don't have to convert it. Ano po kapag change naman po kasi masusubtract din naman po yun. So we don't have to convert it to absolute temperature. So 90 degrees Celsius minus 0 degrees Celsius all over by the average temperature. So 363.15 Kelvin plus 273.15 Kelvin all over by 2. So what will be our answer, class? Kindly calculate. Pakitype po sa chat box. So our answer is 2367.18 or 19 na lang. Ano po? 2367.19 joules per Kelvin. So, plus okay lang din naman kung 2 decimal places do sa final answer. Pero yung sa solutions in between, so it must be 4 decimal places para hindi po tayo masyadong malayo kapag po ay nagko-compute. Ano po? Next. And next, we have the work. So it is the transfer of energy that occurs when a force is applied to an object and it moves a certain distance in the direction of the force. So work natin, meron daw tayong force, and when it moves, di ba, magkakaroon tayo ng distance. So, distance. Paano kung yung pag-apply ko ng force, kunwari, nagtutulak tayo ng wheelbarrow. Ano po? So, di ba, ang ating force is paganyan. Kailangan po kasi, class, kapag sa work, kailangan siya ay naka-perpendicular. Sabihin natin. Ayan. So, kailangan, para magkaroon po siya ng force, naka-parallel. So, para magkaroon tayo ng work, so kailangan po naka-parallel po yung ating so naka-parallel po ang ating force. Kasi ang formula natin is FD cosine theta. Di ba kapag nakaparallel, cosine 0 is equals to 1. Wala, nakaparallel po siya. So dito po, mapapansin ninyo, kaya siya nag-cosine 0. Ano? So, kukunin mo yung force sa kanyang x component. Kaya po siya naglagay ng f cosine theta. Kasi di ba ang force naman po ang meron tayong mga x and y components times the distance. Kaya po nag-come up tayo sa ganitong formula. Okay? Naintindihan po? So, a scalar quantity is measured in joules. So, this is a scalar quantity and this is measured in joules. Where F is the work done, F is the magnitude of the force applied, D is the displacement. Depende sa displacement. Ano? Sabihin natin, ang naging displacement natin is pataas. Ano? Paano siya tataas kung nandito yung force mo? Diba? Nandito yung force mo, kaya siya tataas. Pwede natin tinulak pataas. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng work. Okay? So let's try solving a problem. So a man cleaning his apartment pulls a vacuum cleaner with the force of 50 newtons. So naglilinis daw yung lalaki and then hindi po parallel. Ano? Hinihila po niya yung vacuum cleaner at a force of 50 newtons. Pero, ano mapapansin nyo? Siyempre, nung hinihila yung vacuum cleaner, gumagalaw yung vacuum cleaner, lumalapit sa kanya. Ibig sabihin, meron tayong work. Okay? Kasi po, magkakaroon po tayo ng change in position. So, the vacuum cleaner is displaced 3 meters to the right. So, lumapit po yung vacuum cleaner sa kanya dahil hinila nga po niya ng 3 meters. So, calculate the work done. So, FD cosine theta. So, para makuha natin yung x component ni force, x component niya, ibig sabihin, ang force natin is, kukunin natin yung adjacent. So, tama lang po na cosine theta yung gagamitin. So, ang force natin is 50 newtons times the distance, 3 meters, cosine 30 degrees. Okay, class? Ano pong answer natin? Okay, correct. So our answer will be 129.9. Napakasimple lang. Ano po? Running 29.9. Ano pong unit natin, class? This is work. Di ba, Newton meter? So, anong unit? Okay, correct. So, this will be joules. Next. So, heat capacity. A measure of the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of an object by a certain amount. Okay? So, it quantifies the ability of a material to store thermal energy. It is determined by its mass and its specific heat capacity. Okay? So, ang ating formula is mass times the specific heat capacity. Since, di ba, ang specific heat natin, ito is naka-joules per kilogram degree Celsius or joules per Kelvin, pwede rin po. Kung i-multiply natin kay mass, ang kanyang magiging unit is joules per Kelvin or joules per degrees Celsius. And this is the heat capacity. Gaano po kaya yung ating increase ni heat just to raise a temperature? Okay? Regardless of the amount or by a specific amount. So, yun po yung sinasabi dito kay heat capacity. So, let's try this one. Okay, class. Sige nga, ano pong answer natin dito? The specific heat daw natin of water is 4184 joules per kilogram. So, ano daw ang specific heat ng 10 kilograms? Pakitype nga sa chat box. Okay, correct. So, 41840. So, minultiply lang po. Minultiply lang si 10 kilograms para makancel si kilogram. So, our answer is 41840 joules per degrees Celsius. So, correct naman. Okay, next. Makikisolve. The specific heat daw ni tungsten is 133 joules per kilogram degree Celsius. How much is the heat capacity of 8 grams tungsten? Ikitype po sa chat box. So, correct, 1.064 joules per degrees Celsius. Dali lang po, ano? Sana sa exam din. Okay. So, correct naman po kayo. Ano? Next, we have power. So, it refers to the rate at which work is done or energy is transferred or transformed. The amount of energy transferred or work done per unit time. So, this will be the amount of energy per unit time. So, joules per seconds. Ang ating unit po siya. Unit po kay SI. So, measure of how quickly or efficiently energy is being used or transferred. So, pakitandaan po ng ating formula for power or conversions para kay power. Next, natin, what is the power output if 12 newtons was applied on an object at an angle of 25 degrees above the horizon to move an object 5 meters horizontally in 3 seconds. So, ano ba ang formula ulit ni power? Sabi, it is the rate of work, or amount of energy per unit time. So, work all over by time. Okay? So, power is equals to work all over by time. And then, so ano ang formula natin kay work? Ang work natin is force times distance cosine theta. Ang force natin, 12 newtons times the distance, 5 meters, then cosine 25 degrees. Tama naman po. Above the horizon to move an object horizontally. Okay, so sabihin natin, nag-move siya horizontally and then yung force natin is 12 newton. 25 degrees. Sabihin natin nag-move siya ng 5. So, tama lang po na cosine na gagamitin. 12 newtons. So, this will be equal to 54.3785 joules. And then, ang power natin is equals to work all over by time. So, 54.3785 joules all over by time, which is 3 seconds. So, this will be equal to 18.1. 18.1 watts. Ano po, ang joules per second, this is also equals to watts. Okay, 18.13 pala. So, ganyan lang po ang ating solution. Next, we have the thermal expansion. Pag sinabi natin thermal expansion, this refers to the tendency of a material to expand or contract in response to changes in temperature. Ano po ba yung, di ba, thermal expansion? Ano po ba yung tumataas yung ating or lumalaki yung volume natin, nag-expand kapag umiinit? Makakapagbigay po ba kayo ng example? Sino po makakapagbigay ng example? Sige, tatawag ako. Soto?
Ano po ulit ma'am ang tanong?
Ano po baka makakapagbigay ka ng example na nag-i-increase over time yung ating volume kapag nagkakaroon po ng change in temperature. May naiisip ba kayo? Sige, balikan natin si Soto. Yes, Miss Arada.
Ma'am, one example po na sa tingin ko po ay perfect example po of thermal expansion is yung rise po ng mercury sa thermometer po.
Okay, correct. Ano po? So, pag tumataas po yung temperature po natin, so, mapapansin nyo, no? Yung mercury, lumalaki yung kanyang volume. So, correct, Miss Arada. Balikan natin si Miss Soto.
Ang example po ay during summer po, nadami po yung mga bitak-bitak sa mga roads.
So, anong kinalaman ng mga bitak-bitak?
Ano po, yung pag-increase po ng temperature po,
O,
na ano po yung naapektuhan po yung sa
naapektuhan yung sa naapektuhan yung sa hello? Alam naapektuhan? Parang kulang ang sagot. Sige. So, dahil nga nagkakaroon tayo ng increase in temperature, ano po, ibig sabihin, yung ating mga particles, hindi na ma-contain. Ano po, hindi na ma-contain sa isang volume. Kaya po, mapapansin niyo dito, di ba, sa ating figure, dahil hindi na niya ma-contain, tumataas po siya. Tumataas yung volume po niya. Okay, so it is common property exhibited by the substances including solids, liquids, and also the gases. So una, meron tayong linear expansion. Okay? Pag sinabi nating linear expansion, so it refers to the dimensional change that occurs in an object or material when it is heated or cooled. Okay? Specifically, it refers to the change in length. Tatandaan natin, kapag linear expansion, we have the change in length. So, ang ating formula for linear expansion, so alpha times the initial or the original length of the object times the change in temperature. Okay? So, ito ay para sa ating change in length lang po yan. Okay? So, delta L is equals to alpha or LO initial length times alpha times delta T. So, kung ako magsasauli nito, matanda ko lang LAN. Ano? So, ano ba ang formula ng linear expansion LAN? So, pwedeng LOA at kayong bahala. Nasa inyo yan. So, gumawa rin kayo ng mnemonics para masyadong madami kasi yung mga pwede nating masaulong formulas. So, let's try solving this one. So, an aluminum construction is designed for temperatures ranging at negative 30 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius. If a beam's length is 8 meters, when assembled at 20 degrees Celsius, the longest final length of the beam at maximum temperature, 60 degrees Celsius, can be calculated as 0.00023. So, paano po kaya natin to masasagutan? Actually, mapapansin niyo, di ba? Meters per meters degrees Celsius. Pwede na nga natin siyang cancelin eh. 0.000023 degrees Celsius. Okay? So, sabi lang, ibig sabihin lang yan, for every 0.00023 meters, meron po tayong isang meters na change in length per 1 degree. Ano? Kaya siya naging ganyan po yung kanyang unit. Ano? Pero pwede na nga natin siyang i-cancel and then 0.0020 Celsius. Ang tanong, what is the final length? Ano po? Ibig sabihin, yung kanina kasing kay laat, tama ba? Delta L, O, ito'y change lang. Ano po? Ibig sabihin, kung kukunin natin yung final length, we must add the change in length to the original length. Sabihin natin, L2 is equals to LO plus delta L. Magiging LO plus LO alpha delta T. Ito po yung magiging formula natin. Okay? What is our original length? So, if a beam's length is 8 meters at 20 degrees Celsius, the longest final length daw of the beam at maximum temperature, which is 60 degrees Celsius, can be calculated as gaano kaya kahaba. So, 8 meters plus 8 meters times 0.00, 23 times the change in temperature. So, change in temperature, T2 minus T1. Ano kaya magiging answer natin? Sorry. 60 minus 20 pala kasi assemble pala 20 degrees Celsius and 60 degrees. Pero ang sinabi lang pala ditong negative 30 to 60 is nagre-range lang daw yung temperature. Pero ang given is 20 degrees. So 60 degrees Celsius minus 20 degrees Celsius. Okay? Ano kaya ang answer natin, class? 8.07. How about the others? Okay, correct. So, our answer will be 8.07 meters. Ibig sabihin lang po niyan, ang naging change in our length is 0.07 meters. How about this one? So, a steel is 55 centimeters long at 20 degrees. The coefficient of linear expansion for steel is 12 times 10 raised to negative 6 centimeter per centimeter degree Celsius. What will be the increase in length and the final length when it is at 90 degrees Celsius? Okay? So, ang ating initial length is 55 centimeters. Ang ating coefficient of linear expansion, 12 times 10 raised to negative 6 centimeter per centimeter degree Celsius. Ang ating temperature 1 is 20 degrees Celsius. Temperature 2 is 90 degrees Celsius. So what is our change in length or increase in length? So 55 centimeter times, so ang formula ulit, lahat, ano, or not. So 55 centimeter times 12 times 10 raised to negative 6 centimeter per centimeter degree Celsius times the change in temperature, 90 degrees Celsius minus 20 degrees Celsius. So ito naman cancel, 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 cancel. So ano po kaya ang answer natin, class? So ang answer daw is 0.0462. 0.0462 meters. So, ibig sabihin, ang ating final length, 55 centimeter plus 0.0462 centimeter. This will be equal to 55 centimeter, 55.0.0462 centimeter. Okay? Nadali lang, di ba? Gagalingan niyo sa exam. Ano po? Ang exam ay malapit na. Basta Monday tayo ay may quiz. Next, an iron rod heated from 30 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius. The final length of iron is 130 centimeter and the coefficient of linear expansion is 3 times 10 raised to negative 3 centimeter per centimeter degree Celsius. What is the original length? And the change in length of the iron. Okay, so paki-solve po. And then paki-chat na lang po sa chat box ng ating answer. Class, ano pong answer? Kaya ba sagutan? Makiki-thumbs up nga. Kaya ba sagutan ng iba o gustong isolve ko? Makiki-thumbs up kung kaya, kung hindi, makiki-thumbs down. ulo? Kaya bang sagutan ng iba? O gustong sagutan ko dito? Since pakiki-thumbs up kung kaya, thumbs down kung gustong sagutan ko dito sa walang nasagot. Ano po? Sige, try ko nga sagutan. So, the iron rod heated from 30 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius. So, ang ating delta T is equals to 30 degrees Celsius. So, the final length daw ng ating iron is 130 centimeter. The final length, so, ang ating L2, 130 centimeter. The coefficient daw ng ating linear expansion 3 times 10 raised to negative 3 centimeter per centimeter degrees Celsius. What is the original length? Okay? So, ang formula, L2 is equals to LO plus that. So, LO plus LO times the linear expansion coefficient, 3 times 10 raised to negative 3 centimeter degrees Celsius times delta T, which is 30 degrees Celsius. Ang L2I, or ang ating final length, is 130 centimeter. Okay, so I'll try to solve this. So, ang answer natin is 119.27 cm. Hinahanap din pala yung change in length. So, yung change in length natin is equals to 119.27 cm times 3 times 10 raised to negative 3 cm per centimeter degrees Celsius times 30 degrees Celsius. 3 times 10 raised to negative 3 times 30. So, it is 10.73 centimeters. So, this will be our answers. Okay. Ayan. Same naman kami na nakuha. Next, we have the superficial area expansion. It refers to the dimensional change that occurs in a two-dimensional object or surface when it is heated or cooled. So, dito naman po, in two-dimensional na po. Sabihin, hindi na po yung length yung humaba or nag-increase, pati po yung ating area. So, ganun din naman po dito. So, kung change in area naman, tinatandaan ko lang dito, baat or bat. Yung isa lat, isa'y bat. Okay? Kung saan yung bat, yung B, yung beta natin, ito yung coefficient of superficial expansion. And then, original area times the change in temperature. Kasi po, nagkakaroon po tayo ng thermal expansion kapag po tumataas po ang ating temperature. Okay, can we proceed, class? Wow kung naintindihan so far. How about yung iba? Parang wala nang natira. Gising pa ba yung iba? Okay. Sige. So, at 30 degrees Celsius, the length of a sheet of steel is 60 centimeters and the width is 40 centimeter. If the coefficient of linear expansion is 10 times 10 raised to negative 5 per degree Celsius, what determine the change in area and the final area? So, hinahanap natin is change in area and also the final area. Ang given natin, meron po tayong initial temperature na 30 degrees Celsius. And then, we also have the final temperature which is 70 degrees Celsius. If the coefficient of linear expansion is 10 raised to negative 5 per degree Celsius, ano po ang ating change in area? Change in area natin is equals to ano po? So, paano yung beta natin? So, tatandaan lang natin kapag area na po, times 2 lang po ni linear expansion. So, magiging 2 times 10 raised to negative 5 per degree Celsius times the initial area. Anong area pala natin? Because this is a sheet. Ibig sabihin, this is a rectangle in shape. So, ang ating area is rectangle, so length times width. So, 60 centimeter times 40 centimeter times the change in temperature, 70 degrees Celsius minus 30 degrees Celsius. Okay? Makiki-chat po kung ano pong answer po ninyo. So, 1.92 daw. 1.92 centimeter square. So, ibig sabihin, ang ating final area is 60 centimeter times 40 centimeter plus 1.92 centimeter square. Okay, ano pong answer natin, class? Okay, 2401.92. 2401.92 centimeter square. May questions po tayo? Can we proceed? Makiki-thumbs up. Pwede tayo mag-proceed. Thumbs down kung hindi. Okay. Next. So at 50 degrees Celsius, the area of a sheet of aluminum is 45 centimeters square. And then the coefficient of linear expansion is 24 times 10 raised to negative 6 per degree Celsius. Determine the final temperature if the final area is 45.16 centimeters square. So our formula, A2 is equals to AO plus AO alpha, sorry, beta pa pala. Beta paat, times delta T. So, A2 natin, 45.16 centimeters squared. And then our initial area, 45 centimeters squared plus beta. Since ang given natin ay linear expansion, para makakuha tayo ng area or superficial expansion, so times 2 lang po siya. So 2 times 24 times 10 raised to negative 6 per degree Celsius times 45 centimeters squared times the change in temperature kung saan hinanap natin si T2 minus T1 which is 50 degrees Celsius. So dito natin, ano pong answer po natin, class? So how about the others? Ano pong answer ng iba? Okay, so our answer is 124.07 degrees Celsius. Okay, next. Correct naman. So the radius po is 45 degrees Celsius. And then at 100 degrees Celsius, 23.5 centimeter na po ang ating final uh, final radius. Determine the coefficient of area expansion and the coefficient of linear expansion. So A2 is equals to AO plus AO beta delta T. Since this is in radius, ano po? So, ang gagawin na lang natin dito, class, is pwede naman natin i-cancel na yung pi. Pero for the sake na makita nyo talaga, sama na natin si pi. So, pi times what is our final radius, which is 23.5 centimeters squared. Kasi this is a ring. So, ibig sabihin, ang area natin is pi r squared. And then, our initial area, pi times 23 centimeters squared plus beta, ito yung hinahanap natin. And then, initial ulit, pi. Mapapansin yung class, di ba? Pwede nating i-cancel talaga yung pi. Pero okay lang yan. Para sure na sure kayo, di ba? Pwede rin naman. Wala problema. 23 centimeters squared times delta T. So, 100 degrees Celsius minus 45 degrees Celsius. So, plus ano ang ating beta? And also the alpha. Ano kaya ang ating beta and alpha? Ano po muna ang beta, class? Solve. Okay, 7.99 times 10 raised to negative 4. How about the others? Same ba ang nakuha nyo? Okay, so pwede natin gawin siyang 8. Ano? 8 times 10 raised to negative 4. So, ano kaya magiging alpha natin? Or linear? Okay, correct. So, 4 times 10 raised to negative 4. Next, we have the cubical or volume expansion. So, since this is three-dimensional object, ibig sabihin lang po, times 3 na po kay linear expansion. Okay? So, dito naman, y. Pwedeng EVAT. Ano? Lat, bat, EVAT. Okay, bahala. So, we have the change in volume, coefficient of cubic expansion, DO, original volume, and then delta T is the change in temperature. So, let's try solving this one. Okay, at 40 degrees Celsius, the volume daw ng sphere is 33 centimeter cube. And then, the coefficient of linear expansion is 24 times 10 raised to negative 6 per degree Celsius. The final volume is 33.5 centimeter cube. What is the final temperature of, so ang initial natin is 40 degrees Celsius. Ang ating final temperature, ito po yung ating hinahanap. So, ganun lang din po class, katulad lang ng sa linear and also sky area. Pero pinagkaiba lang ang linear expansion times 3 na po para po makuha si cubic expansion coefficient. So, V2 is equals to VO plus VO. Then, Y, ibat niyan, times delta T. Or T2 minus T1. V2 natin, VO 33 centimeter cube plus yung Y. So, times 3 po ni linear expansion, 24 times 10 raised to negative 6 per degree Celsius times the initial. Sorry, dapat pala ito 33.5. Ayan. Times the initial, 33 centimeter cube times T2 minus T1, which is 40 degrees Celsius. So, what is our T2 class? Okay, correct. So, 250.44 degrees Celsius. Same, ano lang din naman. Sige class, hanggang dito na lang po ang ating topic for midterms. Okay? So, class, mag-aral kayo mabuti para kayo makapasa at wala tayong maging problema sa dulo. Ano? So, thank you everyone. May questions ba kayo? So, if not, so thank you.